Haircutting, an excerpt from Haunting Our His and Her Stories. All aspects by deCoy Gallerina, member of the Chiricahua Warm-Springs Nde Apache Tribe of New Mexico. Also known as the Fort Sill Apaches, the group that Geronimo and Cochise are from.
Mama, I miss you. Where are you? Brother, sister, cousin. Where are you? Father. Where have they taken you? My eyes hurt. I wipe them. Tears keep coming. Salt stings my swollen cheeks. Chest throbs. Sobbing. Feels as if kicked. I'm afraid. It's a dark, cold. Lips numb bones. I don't know anyone. Don't have anyone. Who are these people? Why am I here? Where are you? Where are those I know? Love. Where's my family? Relatives? Why do they slap me? What does it mean? So mean. A long line of children in the hallway of a wooden building, the sound of a child crying. A long line of boys. Door in front of them opens. Guard standing nearest pushes the boy first in line into a room. The door quickly slams shut behind him. The wall resounds a deep, heavy thud and a low, grumbling voice. Then that boy yelling something in a native language. I don't know what he said. We're not the same tribe. I don't know what he said, but he was terrified. I'm afraid. The boys in line, eyes are downcast. They raise them cautiously to look searchingly, darkly at each other. From the sides of their lowered eyes, each glances at the men guarding either side of the tunnel, looking for escape. None. Through the door they hear something slam the wooden floor, which reverberates like a huge drum reverberates. They hear the boy on the other side release a deep guttural gasp, then shriek a blood-curdling scream. Suddenly the door opens again. First in line, I abruptly jump back, bumping the guard nearest me, who shoves me roughly through the portal, which immediately slams shut. Frozen in terror, back anchored to the door, I see a white man's wooden chair in the middle of the room. A memory transports me. I've seen one of those before. Uncle had been out on a raid and brought it back to camp. He showed us how to use it. Feet down, touching the ground. Our rumps on wooden slats, up higher, up. Like a wooden rock with openings in it. A wooden rock you sit on. Startled back to the moment by the sight of hair. Long black hair all over the room, everywhere. And shiny red, wet splatters of blood. Floor, wall, chair. My chest goes tighter. I can't breathe. I need air. I can't breathe. Suddenly large hands descend onto my shoulders, aggressively press me forward, steer me to the chair, force me down into it, force me, hold me there. I'm stiff, jaw clenched tightly, teeth chattering, teeth. I take in all I can see, without moving my head or body. Hair everywhere. table. I've seen one of those before as well. On the way here, they place their food on them, eat from the tops of them, eat from the tops of them, eat. On the table, I see a knife, shiny, silver, shiny. Some rags, a container, some sort of food. I can smell it. It rankles, turns my stomach. And that knife. My heart pounds. It pounds hard. Hair. My hair's already been cut. We've lost so many. Most of us have short hair now. We cut our hair to grieve and honor our dead. Honor our dead. Grieve. Grief. So much grief. Since being cut, my hair reaches beneath my ears. It used to touch my waist. Now it's just beneath my ears. Just above my shoulders. I think, if these monsters eat hair, if these monsters eat hair, I have none. Will they eat me? Eat me on their table? Eat me instead? The man behind me presses his hands hard on my shoulders, presses me down into the chair. A sound from across the room. I look up, see another man. Small, skinny, ghastly, pale skin, swollen pink nose, swollen strange eyes, red-edged eyes that glimmer like lake water at sunrise. Scraggly, light brown hair beneath a wide-brimmed, dirty, broken hat. He takes the knife from the table, and with strange motions, weird movements, approaches me. I squirm, wiggle, struggle frantically. The hands grip my shoulders, tighter. Fingers bore into my flesh, deep into my flesh, through to the bone, to the marrow, which is frigid with fright, as is the blood in my veins, cold as ice. I'm paralyzed. Knife in hand, he points it at me. He's cursing me with it, cursing me, putting bad medicine on me, twirls it in the air in some witch's ritual, swirls it, curls himself around it like a smoke, a mirage shimmering in the distance, a ghoul of fog and dust and fear forming to kill me. I see that the knife has two circles at the end nearest the man. Two holes through which his fingers intertwine, thread. And the knife becomes a menacing part of him, a claw. The knife does a dance, dances of its own accord, a spectral volition pulling the man behind it, pulling him, a jagged and terrifying dance. Suddenly the knife splits in half, becoming two knives joined at the center, resembling the split tip of a snake's forked tongue, except silver, slither. It opens and closes, snaps. A vicious, rabid dog's mouth snapping, vicious dog snapping. thin and silver, I see that the sharp inner edges of the blades have fresh blood on them, fresh and wet. What thirst brought this? What thirst? This witch will slice me and eat me. The man, his claw mouth snapping rapidly, open and shutting open, comes closer. Closer he comes, too close. On first swipe, the blade grazes, and on the next, rakes my cheek open. Then a sound of metal grinding metal. I shiver and shrink. The chair is so large, my body so tiny. I shrink into it. Try to recoil like a snake and slither away. That thing, that sharp thing, has already been too close, and now I imagine its sharp bite open wide my tender innards, and my life force pouring forth. I pray to see my father again. See my father again. That man keeps dancing on his toes, kicking feet this way, that way, in the air, unexpectedly jumping over me, so tiny in this chair. He's all around me, a moving dance. Then behind me, his claw hovering over me, threateningly. I wait for the slash of it, bite of it, stab of it. Paralyzed. My breath stuck somewhere deep in my gut, rotting in my gut. I taste it. Bile. The one holding my shoulders moves to my right to make room for the dancing demon. His fingers bore deeply into my flesh. I dare not move. Lungs on fire, searing heat, hot breath hisses through my clenched teeth. A prayer grandfather taught me, comes to me, blankets me, brings me to stillness, transports me, becomes me, I it. My breath heavy, thick, slow, I barely breathe. I pray in my heart. Sweat covers me, chills my skin. My heart chilled, I shiver, sliver of knife. I involuntarily whisper, my relations, I will soon join you. With his other hand, the man of knives rasps his nails against my scalp, laughing, screeching. The other is chuckling, his belly rumbling. Behind me, I hear knife jaws snapping, open, shut, open, snapping. With his other hand, the man of knives clutches a fistful of my hair at its roots. Sounds of knives being sharpened on rocks. He yanks my head back, way back. I hear bones pop. My neck is open wide, exposed. I think he'll slit my throat now. Slit my throat. A prickling like being stuck by porcupine quills with mean barbs. Barbs sinking deeper. This prickling runs down the back of my neck and spine. My scalp is scalding water boiling over onto an open fire like a snake. I shrink, recoil, hope to slither. My jaw, teeth feel as if they'll crack, creaking crack from grinding tension. Mouth, salty, tongue, swollen, dry. I can't swallow. I try. I can't. And still the prayer whispers in the back mind. My relations, dear relations, I'll be with you soon. The man of knives pulls the hair he's gripping upward, lifting me off the chair, suspended. I'm a toy like my sister's little dolls when she braids their horsetail hair and they dangle, swing and sway beneath her busily working fingers. I feel the rasping of the knife-sharp edge shearing my remaining hair. I feel the blade so close to my scalp, I think this witch will scalp me now. Hair drops softly across my forehead and face onto my shoulders, lap, floor. Suddenly I suck a harsh gasp inward as the blade slits through my scalp, tears through my scalp, rips my scalp. He's stabbing me! I scream in our language, our way of speaking, of communicating, of reaching each other. I'm screaming to speak this horror. A fitful tremor racks my body head to toe, thunderous waves of searing nerves pulsing through me. I feel the blade slice through my skin. It burns like ice, deep winter ice, blue ice, frigid, cold blue ice. I feel hot blood rush and gush from my head over my scalp, pour down my brow, drip down the side of my eye, streak hotly over my sunburned cheek, off my chin, splash onto my chest, soaking my shirt, soaking wet with blood. I feel more hair fall. He eases his grip, then quickly grabs another fistful of hair, jerks it hard, yanks it tight. High-pitched shriek escapes my lips. It wields an outward prayer formed in the words, "Please don't stop me! Help! They're stopping me!" I bellow as loudly as I can. All the air my lungs can hold carry this noise. I yell so hard, my throat desert burns. I yell so the boys in the hall will hear and come help me. Help me! But I had not helped the boy before me. I hadn't helped that boy. I hadn't helped him. And they scalped him. Ate him. This is his blood on the floor. I hadn't helped him. I plead with the men, these bad witch men. Please don't scalp me. Please don't. Hands on my shoulders push me hard into the seat, punch my ribs. They laugh. My ribs crack. Searing pain sucks all I am. All squirming stops. Yelling stops dead. Corpse dead. A deep voice booms, a threatening command. I freeze, and the prayer to stillness comes to me. Silence. I'm burning, all heat. My hair continues to fall softly across my face, onto my shoulders, down my back, lap, the floor beneath my feet, making no sound at all. But I hear it. This infinitely long journey from my head to the floor beneath my small, bare, brown feet, and I think peacefully, soon I will join the ancestors. Ancestors, stars, loved ones who have gone before me, there to meet me after I've been meat. Stillness, breath even, I catch my wind, let Let it fill me, swirl within me, embrace me, soothe me. This will end soon. The strange, dangerous witch's right, wrong, right, will end, will soon end, and I'll be home. I'm breathing slowly, deeply. My thoughts have ceased. Empty blackness, expanse of blackness, and no noise. No noise. I notice the knife sounds have stopped. Both men's grips eased. They abruptly pull me out of the chair. One lifts my arms, roughly pulls off my bloody shirt, which was made by my grandmother, carries many protections, chants, evocations for my life and safety. The other man pulls my breechcloth off my legs, over my feet, off my body. I'm naked, shocked, stung. He tears my medicine pouch from my neck. Pollen and secret incantations. All my protections are taken from me. All my protections. He starts to stuff my medicine in his pocket. Knife man grunts, an ugly face, a threat. He grunts disapprovingly. Standing before them, naked, my face burns with shame. I grow smaller until I crumble with shame. Tiny as I am, I break into tinier bits. I'm here with these witches, without my relatives, without my mother, father, without their love. I'm here naked, with no protection, no shield, no ceremonies, no tribe, no family, and helpless. So helpless. Knife man raises my head so he can look into my eyes. He stares coldly into them, mumbles something, shakes his head and laughs, spits from the side of his mouth onto the floor, the dirty, dirty floor covered with hair. Mine and all the ones before, hair and blood. He cackles, shrieks, giggles insanely, laughs, kicks his feet, twirls the dagger over his head. His eyes glint, still menacing. The other has gone to the table, returns with the cloth that was there, white and dirty, pulls it over my head, arms, torso, then pulls some leg coverings like the ones they wear up my legs, over my groin, my privates, my privacy, not for him to see. He's seen. I feel such shame. He then begrudgingly stuffs my medicine pouch, protection, safety, spirits into my hands, and hands me a pair of strange brown moccasins with hard black soles that have holes in them. Hand-me-downs. My first hand-me-downs. First, hand me my protection. He then hands me my protection. I stand there stunned, clenching my medicine. Still alive, blood caked thickly over the hair stuck on my face, eyes cast downward toward the floor. There's a hole in the floorboards. I stare past the floorboards into the hole, and beneath that hole, into the hole now in me. I stand there alone, clutching my medicine pouch in my fist. In it I feel my family, my father, my mother, my sisters, brother, cousins, our wickiup, and our dog friends. I take a long, shuddering breath. One of them pushes me towards another doorway, opposite the one I entered through. The blood flow slowly ceases and begins to dry. I think quietly. These savages have prepared me for my death. Now they will murder me, as they have my father and the ones before, and I'll have peace. I walk stiffly, tight, stiff, tense, to and through the doorway. I find myself outside. Fresh, cold air stings my cheeks, rushes over me. I inhale a deep draught, a cool, sweet, deep draught of air, cold, clean air. It melts me. Then I'm startled by someone suddenly grabbing my shoulders. Another guard. He points into the darkness. It's a black, black night. No moon or stars. And a cold, cold sky. He points into the shadows, to the shadow of a large house across the dirt expanse. Some ghost. Some mirage. Another witch. A shadow house. Turns me to him. Points at his gun in its holster. Silver handled like the silver knife. He grunts, his grin and mean smirk. The scissors were just the start. Gives me a shove towards the structure. I hear him strike a match. Light a cigarette. I get a whiff of smoke. An eerie tobacco fog, tobacco, holy tobacco, misused medicine. A whiff of tobacco smoke I float on, alone through the darkness, to my death. I walk as in a dream, in stillness, with dignity as I had been taught. And when I reach the ghost house, my breath and knees give out. I collapse into its walls, which I'm surprised to find are solid stone. Solid stone. Stone solid. I lean there against that solid, cold, hard wall weakly. Tears fall uncontrollably. I heave a deep gulp of air into my lungs. I breathe hard. I feel I will break and fall. I stay there like that. A silhouette in the darkness. A shadow. An outline in the black night against the wall. Spectral, intangible. Smoke. I stay there, bent like that, until the next door opens. Until the next door opens.
theatermovementinternational.org, radicalmedicine.org, and on Bandcamp. deCoy Gallerina2@gmail.com. deCoy Gallerina on YouTube and social media. Love to all.